Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle, and I hope that you are having an absolutely fabulous day. Today, I really want to talk to you about squares, right? Square drills, square diamond paintings. Now, here are the benefits of square drill diamond paintings. So first of all, squares look like what I have here. Okay, I'm hoping that you can see that. The drill literally is just a square instead of being round. Now, square drill diamond paintings give you a lot more detail, a lot more definition. You can get much higher picture quality with square drills over round drills. However, there are some downsides to them as well. Please notice first off what I'm using to place them with. My handy dandy pair of tweezers. I tend to do almost entire canvases only placing with tweezers because you can get much better precision with tweezers than with pins, at least for square drills. Now, having said that, I will do either one. Squares, rounds, crystals. I'm not big on off canvas or special shaped diamond paintings. That is a personal preference. I am not knocking anybody who does enjoy doing those. I just have found that they're not my cup of tea. I do really like square drilled canvases because I do feel like you can get a high definition of the picture. I feel like your details come out so much better, that the rendering is, so much better when you're doing a square drill from a premium company. You need to be very careful getting square drills from budget-friendly companies. And I'm a budget-friendly company girl. Like, I love my Temu and my AliExpress as much as I love my Diamond Art Club and my Enablers Outpost, right? I am, if I like a picture, then that's the canvas I want. I don't put too much emphasis on where that canvas comes from, right? Now, again, I do my best to make sure that I'm not stealing people's artwork. I've made mistakes in the past. I'm sure I will make mistakes in the future, but I do the best that I can do not to intentionally do that, because I do believe that people deserve to get paid for their work. But take my Lisa Frank, I should say, inspired leopard here. I am fairly certain this is AI art, and I'm not hurting anyone by being able to do a picture that I think is really cool, okay? However, when I ordered this, and I ordered this for my husband. He's a huge Lisa Frank fan, no judgments, and I ordered this as something that I could do for him to enjoy. I didn't I either didn't look or it didn't say on the listing that it was a square drill canvas. Because the problem with budget-friendly companies and square drills is that there's usually not a ton of oversight to ensure that drills are uniform in size, uniform in shape, and will place well. Right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you my drill tray because even though I've just said there's not a whole lot of guarantee, I do want you to see how well these drills are lining up. They are, excuse me, they are really pretty uniform. They are really pretty standard. They're good drills. They've got mostly flat backs. There's not a lot of dimpling. They are doing what drills are supposed to do for most of the colors. Okay, let me grab one of the dark colors. And the dark colors are the ones that you're going to have trouble with, regardless of whether it is a budget-friendly company or a premium company. There's something about the dark colors that just really cause struggles. Okay, so I've shook my tray out. Now there is some gapping and things like that. That's not a big deal. If I gently tap my tray, they kind of move down. But right here is a premium example of what I'm talking about, where these two drills are much longer, or much larger, much more differently shaped than their counterparts right next to them. And there are drills, especially in the darker colors, that are thicker, wider, taller, shorter. Lines are not always straight. So, you know, when lines aren't straight, when drills aren't uniform, laying drills on a square canvas can get difficult. And, I mean, the laying them down isn't so hard, but you don't get that satisfying click. Like, I'm going to stop talking for a moment and just listen to me putting them down. There is no wonderful ASMR with that. Like, it's just them going onto the canvas. There's nothing, there's no click, there's no satisfaction, right? Other than, of course, seeing, you know, the picture emerge as you put more drills on canvas. So, you know, the lighter colors are quite a bit more uniform. They're a lot easier, but still, with budget canvases, I would always rather get a round drilled canvas than a square drill. It's just, you can't make any guarantees, and there are gapping issues when you have square drills that don't fit together perfectly, right? So let's take a look at that. I'm going to maneuver my canvas around. This area of the canvas is one of the perfect examples of that gapping. You can see right here where there are big areas where the drills are not as close together as they should be. You know, here is another example of there being big lines where the drills are not as close as they should be. So you can constantly see light through them. Now, I don't know if this will affect my video quality at all, but I'm going to turn my light pad off. With the light pad off and viewing them from the distance you're supposed to view them from, not that I can get it that far away from the camera, but if you're seeing it from a distance and the light pad's off, you do not see those gaps. You do not see the light coming through because there's no light. You don't see the lines in between the drills, even on a budget canvas most of the time. Obviously, I can't, make any sort of guarantee that all budget canvases are going to be okay when there's no light source behind them, or that, your drills are going to look good when it's done. But for this one at least, it's going okay. But it's such hit and miss. I have done other, budget canvases where there were such huge gaps that it just looked awful. And I've done other budget canvases where the grid was so tight, because they were trying to mitigate the gaping issue with the squares, that they made the grid so tight that when the canvas was finished, there were constant issues with drills popping off because of all the pressure. So, it had really good glue. I even sealed it. And there were still issues with drills popping off because there was so much pressure being put on them because the grid was so tight. So with squares, I just highly recommend sticking with premium companies, and with budget-friendly companies, I highly recommend sticking with round drills. It just makes for a better experience all the way around. Right? So that's my opinion. Nobody has to stick with it. Please feel free to disagree with me. Nobody's right or wrong. That's kind of one of well, hi, Chester. Thank you for joining us. Chester is our 18-year-old kitty, so he doesn't get in trouble for much anymore. But anyway, everybody's opinion differs. There may be people that love to do squares from budget companies. And there are some, budget companies that I'm sure do a really, really good job. I just haven't run into them yet. If you guys know of budget companies whose squares are absolutely amazing, please let me know. But in the meantime, for any canvases that I can avoid it, I will be sticking with round for my budget friendly and square for my premiums. Have the day that you deserve, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on the flip side.